I feel in the past couple of months, I've been able to experience a lot of the things I think I would ultimately want in order to feel like I've succeeded in life and feel happy, and like getting those things that for a long time felt like what living my dream life would be like. And I've sort of gotten to some of those things, some of those places, and in the end, after all of it kind of like happened and existed, and even in real time when it was happening, I just ended up feeling emptier than ever, and grateful nonetheless, absolutely aware of the blessing that it was to be able to experience all of these things and places and situations and, you know, whatever the thing was. But ultimately, I ended up feeling empty because, like, if you get given like $1 billion today, right? You're going to go on all these vacations, you're going to buy all these things, you're going to buy people gifts and presents and buy yourself a house and buy yourself 7 dogs and like whatever like your specific dreams are and what you think like having all this money will give you. Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people really have this impression that if they like get all this money, then they'll be happy, they'll be set. They don't have to worry about working these certain jobs that they hate and living in these environments that they don't love. And I hear you. Thank you. Money can absolutely solve a lot of problems, but ultimately, if you imagine getting all that money and like getting rid of all of the negative situations in your life and experiences and adding like all these positive ones that money can buy, I feel like at the end of it, like, and tell me if anyone else can relate to this feeling, like at the end of it, you're still left with that feeling inside of you of like, but there has to be more. Like I have to do, like you can buy a house, right? You can not need to work a normal job ever again. You can buy a car. You can even buy like a partner. You can maybe buy friends, but like life is still gonna have to go on. There's like a certain point to which you'll get where it's like gonna get repetitive and boring and uninteresting, and the dopamine will wear off. And of course you can like stack activities over activities over activities, but there will come a point where you're going to start to feel a bit empty and a bit drained and a bit bored, even though you have the opportunity to get anything and everything and any experience you want because you have all this money that you think will solve all the problems. But ultimately there will come a point where you're kind of like, all right, I've tried everything I want to try, I've done everything I've wanted to do, now what? You know? And so when I think about the fact that like, if I were to get like $1 billion tomorrow, there's obviously a lot of things I could do and I could buy and I could fix and I could places I could go, but I know I'm still gonna have this feeling in my gut, in my stomach, in my chest, in my heart, in my fucking ass, where my life doesn't feel complete because I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. Like my existence will still feel empty as it does now, not to be dramatic, like, oh my God, my existence is so empty, but like I know that I'm not actually living my life to the fullest, in the sense that I am not living up to my purpose, I'm not living up to my dreams, I'm not living up to my desired expectations for myself, and no amount of money can actually fix that.